welcome to Darwin on beautiful Larrakia country tonight for round 20 of Football NT Women's Premier League match here in Darwin. And I'm Natasha Medbury. With me tonight, as always, is Mina Chisholm. We've got Litchfield taking on Casuarina. Give us quick thoughts on that one, Mina.
I think tonight's game going to be very tough. Litchfield really definitely need to bring their A game, and Casuarina, obviously, they do need to have a quicker start than they did last weekend.
Yeah, okay, we'll talk more about that game shortly, but let's have a look at the action from America in the NWSL, and we'll have a look at Seattle taking on Portland. Let's look at these highlights.
Smith trying to sidestep around Barnes, gets by the captain, plays it to Sinclair, and that one just ricochets off the crossbar and goes out of play.
She wanted the opportunity to play outside back. Of course, Houston wasn't using her there either, so it's funny, all these seasons later, there she is at outside back.
Fishlock plays it to Rapinoe, a chance here for OL Reign to the right foot. Rapinoe, and that one slotted through the left side, and OL Reign is on the board in the 16th minute. Megan Rapinoe with back-to-back goals in 2 games.
First ever NWSL goal scored at Lumen Field. And of course, who scored it? Megan Rapinoe. Jess Fishlock getting the play started, sending a perfectly weighted through ball to Pino, switches foots, gets it off on her right past Bella Bixby.
Rapinoe towards the spot. Oh, what an effort there by Jess Fishlock. As Quinn plays to Rapinoe, plays outside. Now Lavelle coming near side, Losamer. That one off the chest of Queek. I know they're going to say off the hand, and this will come to the spot. And, well, you got to think, can Megan Rapinoe make it 2 games straight scoring from the spot? Not too often you're going to see back-to-back chances. Yep, there you see it on that left arm of Queeka. And she knew it. You can see the frustration as she turns away. Rapinoe. And she now has back-to-back games with a brace for OL Reign.
And then the kick, right-footed, past Bixby. Looks like Bixby guessed the right way, but couldn't get a hand on it.
And now Rapinoe with 2 goals on the night. Queeka into the 6. Salem, and that one finds the right corner, and Angela Salem has found a late goal here in stoppage time of the first half.
That's how you want to end a half. With the momentum, getting on the board.
Losamer on the overlap is Huerta. That's where she'll go. Huerta with the cross, looking for Rapinoe, looking for 3!
That they've played, also goal differential coming into play. And with the new expanded playoff format.
Fishlock, that one batted up and over the crossbar by Bixby. All come down to November 20th when the championship will be held. As this is played up to Weaver, a chance here, and blocked away by Boody. Weaver with a great look. Boody with an even better save. Queeka, and there is the final whistle, and OL Reign gets the 2-1 victory at Lumen Field.
Wow, look at the goals scored there. 2-1 Seattle over Portland. I reckon the best goal of the lot was the one that was disallowed with the scissor kick.
We both looked like, is that going to go in?
Yeah, wow, they called offside in the end, but wow, that was some brilliant goals there, and you can just see the pace, the fast pace of that game compared to what we see here.
The sets on those women are just outrageous.
We'll have some more highlights from the NWSL next week, of course, but here back in Darwin, in Douglas and Hoffman, Mina.
Yeah, definitely. Look, Yappers, their performance tonight is just unreal. You know, their positioning, the way they are actually moulded and working together as a team. There are some few changes in that first half, which we don't see often.
Yep.
You know, we got Briston up front. Normally she is the back line. Will always be the, the last person on the back wall. And she's played brilliant. She's had a brilliant team, a brilliant game. And for Casuarina, look, they started really slow.
Yeah, they did.
Started not trying to find their feet, but they did manage to come as a draw before the half time, so which is fantastic. And obviously it was Douglas and Hoffman.
So Hoffman now is only one behind Rihanna Myatt on the leading goal kickers. But some really good news coming out of Queensland, of course. The restrictions have been lifted for their sport, so they can get back to actually a bit of normality there. So we'll have some highlights next week, of course, for that competition. But over in America, the National Women's Soccer League is in full swing. So let's check out some highlights this week of a match between the Washington Spirit and Orlando Pride.
Going to whip the ball in behind the back line of the Washington Spirit.
Anderson has started every game this year. A nice pick by Marta. And now it's played forward. Maroon in. The shot is stayed by Bledsoe. And another one. Right off the side netting. But that's the danger of LaRue. Her first chance. Almost a goal.
And that is why you want Cindy LaRue sitting on the back shoulder of the Washington Spirit, just looking for this through ball. But well done from Bledsoe to stand her ground, come off her line, close down the angle. Massive save, and then to close it down again after Cindy LaRue gets her own rebound.
The great Marta striking. She was going near post and didn't miss by a whole lot. As Becky Burley said, how do those players respond after making those mistakes? Young's daughter helping with that turnover. Marta from Taylor. She'll have a go. And off the post and in. Marta with a moment of brilliance. Orlando leads.
And what a fantastic strike from the Brazilian midfielder. Just needs a little bit of space to be able to unleash the strike to that far post. Gets her head up, sees that she has no pressure. What a fantastic strike.
Sanchez, nice back heel. Kuster, reverse, slightly behind. Possession kept, into the box, intended for Sanchez. Goal! It's tied! Who else but Ashley Hatch?
This is the first type of ball that we've seen from the Washington Spirit. Just floated in. It forces Kylie Strom, the substitute, to have to come up with a play. She doesn't make it. Lands right to Ashley Hatch. And all she has to do is slot it home past Ashlyn Harris, just the inside of her foot. Unfortunate mistake by Strom. Just puts it right back into the path of the center striker for the Washington Spirit.
This time Marta is back to take it. She'll drive it to the middle. One flick. Sanchez. Kuster held that ball well. Ashlyn Harris has to sprint back. Rodman on the right by herself at the moment. 1 against 2. Rodman waits. Drops it back. Driven by Sanchez. What a goal! 2-1 Spirit.
And it's the exact right decision from Trinity Rodman. This time gets her head up, sees it's a mismatch in terms of numbers around the ball, looks to find Ashley Sanchez, who just works her magic, cuts to the left, cuts to the right, gets herself a little bit of time, and then look at that finish. Upper 90, past Ashlyn Harris for the go-ahead goal for the substitute. How do you get her more involved and more of a threat going forward?
Well, that's it. They couldn't make that last change, but they didn't have to. Washington Spirit get a nice win at home, 2-1, forced under acting head coach Chris Ward.
Wow, some talent there in the goal scored there, Mina, and you can tell that that was just a touch above the level we're used to commentating. But wow, we
definitely
2-1-0 in the end to Washington Spirit over Orlando Pride. How'd you think of that one?
Wow, just wow. Wow. What a privilege for us to be able to look at those highlights as well, somewhere right over across the water. You know, it's just, it's great. And the performance on both of those teams are fantastic.
That's right, and a few Olympic players in there as well. But back here in Darwin, the beautiful Larrakia country, for round 16 of Football NT Women's Premier League football here tonight. I'm Natasha Medbury. With me tonight is Mina Chisholm, as always. And tonight we have an absolute ripper of a game between Hellenic, who is sitting on top of the ladder, and Casuarina, that is sitting on second. We're in for a really, really good game. Mina, what are you looking forward to the most about this game?
I'm looking forward to both teams as they perform. Honestly, Tash, I think tonight's game is going to be a really powerhouse game tonight because both teams, I think they're going to play like it's their grand final.
And they're both in form as well because they're both coming off wins after last week in round 15, and we'll take a look at the highlights. Sometimes I'd love to have the ref mic'd up just to hear what the chats are out there. Here's Myatt. Left, watch the left. Oh, that's in. She's kicked it. The first goal on the board to Hellenic. Again, so just starting to dominate here, Hellenic. Port haven't had it in their front half for a number of minutes now.
Oh, this could be dangerous.
Oh,
Very
she's through,
dangerous.
and if she doesn't find the back net, there she is. Sophia Makrilos. A 2-0 win there to Hellenic, and goals to their powerhouses up forward was Myatt and Sophia Makrilos. So what do you see in that game, Mina? And of course, their two powerhouses, as you said, look like they're in form.
They are. Both teams are really in form. Look, Hellenic, they cover the forward, the midfield, and they definitely cover the back defence, which they got a strong defence. Their defence line, they can kick in anywhere in the on the field, and it would definitely hit into the back of the net. Tonight, Casuarina needs to really shut down those key players.
Yep, and also with Hellenic playing Port last week, they really came back and they were really strong towards the end of the game. But Casuarina had a day out last week, and we'll have a look at the goals from that game.
Tian's got to come out to this, and it's awkward for her. And in that commitment, Jubilee with her will just run into goal. And Arrogant with that left foot of hers. Now it's a foot race, and Hoffman straight through the gap. Onto it with those long strides. Left foot first, right foot now takes the shot, and the save was there. Got down low. Carly wanted to do better there. Kalidas on the run. Now what's she going to do? Try and push it past it. She does. She's had 3 occasions to do that, and on the third she takes it.
So a really good 5-0 win to Casuarina over Litchfield. Litchfield looked like they were chasing most of the game, Mina. How do you think Casuarina are going to break the Hellenic defence tonight?
Look, if they played anything like they did against that Litchfield, there was a couple of balls there that they did follow through, and they did clean it up when it did come towards the goals. Look, they really need to keep Casuarina does need to keep their defence on tight tonight, shutting down, like I said, Rihanna Myatt, young Twinkle Toes.
Yeah, Twinkle Toes. I guess they've got a lot of scorers there, but I mean, it's really important. We're leading into finals and top of the table clash. It doesn't get better than that. But we've got a great game ahead of us, and I hope that you can stay with us for kickoff soon.